What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
For all things Halloween, this is Haunt Former, and welcome to another prop build. If you're new to my channel and just clicked on this video because you're a Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fan, then welcome to Haunt Former. This video is going to show you how I made and how you can make your very own yellow puppet from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I believe his name is Manny or Denny or something like that, but I'm just going to call him the yellow puppet for the sakes of this video. If you have been a fan of my channel, then welcome to another prop build slash puppet build. I am still working on Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm also going to be making the yellow puppet from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Which, by the way, the fourth one just came out, and it is ridiculously creepy. It's about... Well, I'll let you see if you haven't seen it yet. But go to their channel, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, for more. Now, today I'm going to be building the yellow puppet, and I've had a little experience in making puppets and using puppets. I've been a ventriloquist for probably 10 years now, on the side. But let me show you some of the things I'm going to use. This is not everything, because I have a glue gun heating up over there. I also need some, like, black little stickers for the eyes. A few other pieces, but this is the majority of the main things you're going to need, and it's flexible. So I've got paper plates or cardboard. I might try to find some cardboard. That's for the mouth. It's kind of gonna be the same construction that you do if you were making a sock puppet. You got the eyes or foam balls. Oh, I picked this all up at Michael's Crafts, by the way, or probably Joanne's has it too. So, balls. You've got this felt. I just picked up 2 black ones just in case. That's for the inside of the mouth, and then the pink is for the tongue. You've got it's blue felt. That's going to be for the overalls that he wears. Yellow, of course, for the skin. And then this is going to be for the hair. I'm going to use some of the fuzz to make the hair. So that's pretty much what we're going to need right now, and then I'm going to get into how to build the yellow puppet from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Now, since the yellow puppet is such a large character, and puppet for that matter, we got to make him a large mouth so that when he talks, it's not going to squeeze his head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, you can use cardboard, I'm using paper plates, but you want it to be thick enough so it won't, like, fall apart. What we're going to do is we're going to cut out an oval shape, more of even a circle for him, but it's like a large enough fit. It's hard to explain until I kind of get it down. Or if you have experience building puppets, then this should be relatively easy. Might even have to be bigger than that, but the idea is that once it folds, it's going to create a mouth. So that's kind of what you want to do right now. So just make a generic mouth, and if you mess up, just retry. I might even retry on this one, because I want it to be really good, but you want to get a mouth like that. So that's step 1. Now, what you're going to do is you've got the black felt, hot glue the white or whatever color cardboard or paper you have onto that. Make sure it's on there pretty good, and then cut around it so now you'll have a black mouth on the inside. Then you want to make a small little curve and add a little tongue inside there. And there you go. There's a little mouth for the yellow puppet. Now, something worth noting, I looked at a picture of the yellow puppet, and actually the inside of his mouth right here is actually more of a dark red than it is black. So if you want it to be 100% accurate, then I would say go with the red. But if you don't really care, like, I'm not trying to get super accurate because this is going into a haunted house, so it's not going to really be noticed with great detail, then I wouldn't really worry about it because most puppets' mouths are dark black. Now, if it was like blue, then I'd say you probably, like a color different, but it's pretty close, so just worth noting. But that's the mouth. So next we're gonna have to make the actual body, which is probably the hardest part of the whole puppet, and then we're gonna put the mouth inside. Now what you have to do is, using like a Sharpie marker here and scissors, draw an outline of half of the yellow puppet, and then flip it over and cut. So it's kind of hard to explain, really, but they do it in great lengths in sock puppet making videos, except they already have a sock. You're kind of making your own sock here, so you'd flip it over and then cut, and then when you open it, you'd have two sides, and you're going to put those together, which forms then the body. What I would recommend is this. Bigger is better, because you can always make it smaller, but if you have something that's too small, you can't make it bigger. I would judge about your hand size, or go online and look up pictures of the yellow puppet. I have some on the iPad that I'm filming with, so that's what I'm going to be using as a reference. I'll show you my body outline, and then you can compare. So now, as you can see, there's kind of an outline. I even probably have to make mine a little bit bigger, but again, bigger is better, because your arm also has to fit in there, and as you can see, that's going to be a tight pinch. So try to make it as big as you can. And then you're going to double cut it, so you have to cut it twice. Alright everybody, so now I have the outline of the yellow puppet. Now what I'm doing for mine is, instead of going up through the bottom, I'm going to actually probably go in this way, because he has that overalls that cover up his legs too. So you're going to make a slit somewhere on the mouth so you can insert that. And it's kind of tricky. I'm going to show you my example so you can maybe copy it, but that's how you're going to do it. You're going to cut a slit, and then you're going to glue it all the way around the mouthpiece. Here is the eyes of the yellow puppet. Now the pupils, they're the small little felt squares I use out of the same felt I use for the mouth. Also, I apologize for the chirping. That's crickets from my lizard. Anyways, so the eyes are just going to be these little small things. And the reason you want them to be small is so they're visible, but they're also creepy, because smaller pupils are creepier than larger pupils, which are cuter. So also what we're going to do is we're going to have to make the backs flat. You can probably cut them off with scissors. We're going to cut those off so they can stick nicely on the felt. Alright everybody, here's a small update on the new body that I just made. It's pretty much the same, except I'm going to have the hand coming through the back of the head. I think that's how I'm going to do it now. So now what I have to do is, well, we're going to have to fill it with something. It depends on your price range. If you can afford foam or stuffing, then go for that. If you have old stuffed animals that you don't use, you can use the stuffing. Or if you're trying to go on budget, you can use like probably newspaper or toilet paper. It just depends on what you want to use. Alright, so as you can see, I've kind of started gluing in the mouth, and I have a little slit in the back, so that way it'll move. But I still have a little work to do on the mouth, and then I gotta fill him up, and then I'm gonna add his nose, eyes, and then we're gonna start decorating him with his clothes, his hair. We had to add arms and then legs, and then he should be good to go. So, I hope you're enjoying so far, and we are still building the yellow puppet from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Well, everyone, here is the body of the puppet, stuffed, and I had to shrink the head a little bit to make it fit. So that's a little look at him right now. Now, the next thing we're going to have to do is start adding some things onto the actual face. And I'm going to end this as part 1, and we're going to move on to part 2 now, just so it doesn't get too long. So just look out for part 2, and let me know what you think about this guy. And of course, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.